this one a W drill, and I like it for goalies because I think it gets a nice pivot and then a good lateral push and then a pivot and another lateral push. So it gets some of those crease movements. Again, remember that I'm your strength and conditioning coach. I'm not your technical coach. So I do get emails, believe it or not, like, your glove hand position wasn't quite right in the drill. That's fine. I don't know the specifics of it. That's why I want you to be working with a good goalie coach on the ice for your technical drills. I also don't want them giving you your exercise program. I want the strength and conditioning coach to do the exercise program design, and I want the on-ice technical coach to do the technical practice and teach you the strategies and to translate those skills. I'm just giving you the tools to be able to do what they want you to do. That's really my job. I'm like the sous chef to the on-ice coach. So anyway, so this one gives you a pivot here, and then you get another nice pivot up here, back, another pivot up. And then you can come back, and that lets you get nice pushes off the other leg. So my hips and shoulders are coming around together. As I go, I'm getting nice movements. I'm staying low. You can think about, if you're one that always drops your glove hand, think about where your glove hand needs to be. You can change the spacing of these, so that you have to get really, big, almost a desperation push versus, a quick movement. Those are things that, you can kind of see what's missing in your game. But this is the W drill. There are a few reasons I include this exercise that I call knee recoveries in your program. First and foremost, it's to teach you to get your leg or your foot back up underneath you from a kneeling position. And that does require a certain amount of balance and a certain amount of mobility through your hip to be able to do that. The thing I want is for you to be able to practice executing that skill, executing it very rapidly to build that vocabulary of movement. I also want to build a little bit of endurance in your legs. So when we do it, we're going to stay fairly low in our legs. So we're not going to stand straight up each time. So you'll see how you can lead with your right foot first, or you can lead with your left foot first. So remember when you do the workout that you're going to have to do, whatever the required number of repetitions is on each side. So if it says 10 each, it means 10 leading with your right foot first, 10 leading with your left foot first. You'll be amazed at how fatiguing that can be. Also think about what your upper body's doing. I don't want your arms waving around like crazy. I think it might be a really great idea to even do this exercise holding your stick and having your glove in your glove hand position. You can do it with your training partner or coach throwing you a tennis ball or lacrosse ball that you have to catch and pass back while you're doing that movement with your lower body. Those are the exercises I call knee recovery. So the skate hop forward is a plyometric exercise where you're going to bound from one leg to the other. And I want you to get as high and as far as you can on each bound as quickly as possible. So we want very quick ground contact, but we're trying to find a happy compromise between really producing as much power as we can and speed. So sometimes if you're too quick, you're not getting any power, any drive. Sometimes if you're trying to get a whole lot of drive, then you're very, very slow. So we're going to find the happy medium. We're always going to keep our good knee alignment, so when we land, our hip, knee, and ankle are in a straight line. We're not landing like this with our knee falling in from side to side, to the inside. So our bounding will look like that. So side to side, I kind of think like if you're a superhero. Never been a superhero, but that's how I think I would run if I were one. Okay, and it's totally fine to use your arms on this exercise because you're trying to drive as much power on every single stride as you can. So if you get to the end of that, you can see I did 2 very short lengths, and you're not breathing hard, you weren't giving it your all. So we're going to do a little ball off the wall, just with a little knee slap in between. So again, just adding in something else you have to do, give you a little more delayed response. So if that's too easy, then I'll move in a little closer, throw the ball a little harder. Okay, so you get the idea. You can challenge yourself different ways. You can, that you have to slap the same side with the same hand, or that you have to slap the opposite side. Mix it up a little bit. Again, you can always make it harder by either moving closer to the wall or throwing the ball harder. This is a half kneeling knee recovery. So it occurred to me, and as I watch film and video and just games, that obviously you're not always recovering from here. Sometimes you have your one pad down position, and then you need to recover back, and you need to recover quickly. So one thing that we work on sometimes is a double leg recovery, but I wanted to work on sort of a single leg recovery. So this leg is out to the side. I really don't want you doing it with your knee kind of drop down like that. I want you to have your knee pointing up. I think this is going to be very, very stressful on your knee joint. So make sure that knee's straight ahead. It's in a strong position, and then it's just popping up to your feet. So then again, you can push, you can come together, you can move wherever you need to be. So again, that leg's out to the side. It's strong. I'm kind of bracing on it, and then I pop up here, coming back up underneath. Trying again to keep my torso nice and stable. I don't want, as I come up, I don't want to drop my shoulders. I want to keep my chest up nice and tall, my arms ready to go. This is a 200-yard shuttle run. So what you'll do is you'll measure out 25 yards and make sure it's good solid footing. Your feet aren't going to slip. If you're doing it on grass, that's great, but make sure that there aren't sort of little holes and divots in the grass. When we do it here, we do it on the grass, but we wear cleats so that when we go to change direction, our feet aren't slipping out from under us and putting us in the splits by accident. It's never a good thing. So you'll measure out that 25 yards. Then what you're going to do is you're going to run there and back. So there and back is 50 yards each time. You're going to run there and back 4 times, and that makes up your 200 yards. And then you're going to rest, and you'll do it again. When you do that, make sure you're always facing the same direction when you change direction. So if I run down this way, I turn this way to change direction, I'm planting off my left foot. And then I run back this way, and I still turn this way again. Now I'm planting off my right foot. Some people always like to turn off their strong foot, their dominant leg. So always turn to face the same direction when you're changing. And I think that's about it.